Every great TV show has that one character who feels like family. They're the ones you root for, the ones you worry about, and the ones you miss the most when they're gone. For MASH, that was Corporal Walter Radar O'Reilly. He was more than just a character, he was the heart and soul of the 4077th. He was the innocent farm boy from Iowa, a world away from the horrors of war, dropped into the chaos of the Korean War. A fish out of water, trying to navigate the absurdity and tragedy surrounding him. Radar wasn't a wisecracking surgeon, dodging bullets and cracking jokes, or a cynical nurse. Hardened by the constant influx of trauma, he was the guy who knew what Colonel Potter wanted before he even asked. A mind reader, seemingly tapped into everyone's needs. He could hear the choppers coming long before anyone else. An early warning system, a human radar if you will. Radar was the gentle soul, the moral compass, grounding the series and balancing its dark humor with warmth. He reminded everyone of the good in humanity, even amidst the worst of times. He was the glue that held the 4077th together, the linchpin of their makeshift family, running the camp while others saved lives. Ensuring the smooth operation of the 4077th, so the doctors could focus on what they did best. His love for his teddy bear, a symbol of innocence and grape Nehi, made him instantly relatable. Simple pleasures that grounded him and the audience. Through Radar, we saw the war with fresh, sometimes naive eyes. He was our window into the absurdity and tragedy. Gary Burghoff, the only actor to play Radar, truly embodied the character. In both the film and the series, a testament to his unique portrayal, made the character unforgettable. He left an indelible mark on television history. His departure felt like losing a dear friend, a void that was difficult to fill. Radar had been there from the start, a constant presence, bridging eras and cast changes. He was a familiar face, a comforting presence throughout the show's evolution. Losing him was a fundamental shift in the show's DNA. The dynamic of the 4077th was forever altered. Fans wondered, how could MASH go on without its heart? Could the show maintain its magic without Radar's gentle spirit? The real story behind his exit was more complex than anyone knew. A confluence of factors led to his departure. It was a mix of personal ambition, a desire to explore new opportunities, burnout, the relentless demands of a long-running series taking their toll, and the simple desire to go home, a longing for a quieter life, away from the spotlight. What was it about Radar O'Reilly that resonated so deeply with audiences? What made Radar so special? His uncanny and psychic intuition, a sense that allowed him to anticipate events before they unfolded. He'd finish Colonel Potter's sentences, seemingly reading his mind, and anticipate every need with remarkable speed and accuracy. He was the camp's unofficial air traffic controller, managing the flow of information and personnel, operator, connecting people and patching through vital communications and conscience, often guiding others with his strong moral compass. Radar's heart of gold shone through in his gentle care for animals, offering them comfort and protection, his awkward romances filled with endearing shyness and genuine affection, and his unwavering loyalty to his commanding officers, a testament to his strong sense of duty. His devastation at Henry Blake's death, the raw emotion he displayed, was one of TV's most powerful and heartbreaking moments, a scene that resonated with viewers for its authenticity. Gary Burghoff's subtle and nuanced performance perfectly captured Radar's inherent innocence and surprising inner strength, a combination that made him so compelling. He was the ultimate underdog, the small-town boy in a world of chaos, the farm boy from Iowa who somehow thrived amidst the chaos of war. We cheered for him, celebrated his small victories because we saw ourselves reflected in his journey, in his struggles and triumphs. Radar's heroism wasn't loud or flashy, it was quiet, understated, found in his steadfast dedication to his duties and his unwavering humanity towards everyone around him. He reminded us that even in the midst of war's brutality, there's always room for compassion, for kindness, and for maintaining a sense of innocence. That's precisely why his departure from the 4077th left such a gaping hole in the camp's heart. The 4077th and the show itself would never quite feel the same without him. When a beloved character leaves, rumors fly. For Gary Burghoff, stories of feuds and contract disputes swirled. But the truth was simpler: burnout. After a decade as Radar, Burghoff was emotionally and creatively drained. He wanted new challenges and feared being typecast. The demanding schedule kept him away from his family, and he longed to be home. Gary was also dealing with emotional fatigue and wanted to focus on his family. He was newly married, had a daughter, and didn't want to miss those precious moments. He later admitted that his mental health was suffering. In interviews, he spoke of missing his daughter and realizing his family needed him more than the show did. The desire to go home wasn't just a storyline for Radar, it was real for Gary. Radar had grown up on the show, his journey felt complete. Both Burghoff and the writers agreed it was time for a meaningful farewell. His exit was a creative and personal decision. It was time for Radar and Gary to go home. Let's clear up the rumors. Stories of Burghoff being difficult or feuding with castmates were exaggerated. The cast was close, more like family than rivals. His departure wasn't abrupt or about money, it was planned and he fulfilled his contract. The real reason was personal well-being and creative growth. Emotional farewells on set were misread as unprofessionalism, but they were genuine sorrow. Burghoff left with the blessing of producers and cast. The tabloids missed the real story, an artist who knew when it was time to say goodbye. It was a thoughtful, heartfelt decision. The writers understood the weight of Radar's departure. They knew Radar's exit had to be perfect. It wasn't just about writing him off the show, it was about honoring a character who had become the heart and soul of MASH. Radar's goodbye came in 2 poignant episodes titled Goodbye Radar. In this episode, a life-altering event unfolds. He learns his beloved uncle has died, back home in Iowa. This tragic news makes him eligible for a hardship discharge, an opportunity to return home and care for his family. The entire 4077th camp rallies around him, offering support and assistance to help him go home, a fitting tribute to how much he meant to each and every member of the unit. His departure is felt deeply by all. As he saluted his comrades for the last time, audiences at home cried along with the cast. Radar's final walk through camp is filled with emotional, heartfelt goodbyes, each interaction a testament to the bonds he forged. His farewell with Colonel Potter is gruff but loving, a reflection of their unique father-son dynamic. With Hawkeye, it's a bittersweet mix of humor, shared memories, and profound sadness, acknowledging the irreplaceable friendship they've built. The most iconic and heartbreaking moment comes after Radar leaves. The staff in the OR suddenly realize, with a chilling clarity, that they can hear the approaching choppers themselves. The familiar sound is now a stark reminder of Radar's absence. For the first time in a long time, Radar isn't there to warn them, to offer that comforting heads-up that had become synonymous with his presence. The silence is deafening, a brilliant and powerful way to visually and audibly show his absence and the void he leaves behind. In a final touching scene, Hawkeye finds Radar's teddy bear left behind, a poignant symbol of the innocence he's leaving behind, and the end of an era for the 4077th. Radar is no longer the boy who needed a teddy bear for comfort and security. He's a man, forever changed by his experiences, going home to face new responsibilities. That small stuffed animal, a simple childhood toy, said it all, encapsulating the character's journey and the audience's emotions. The episode was a perfect bittersweet ending, a masterclass in character development and emotional storytelling. A beloved chapter in MASH history had closed, leaving an indelible mark on television and its viewers. The on-screen goodbyes were emotional, but off-screen was just as heartfelt. The cast and crew were close, and Burghoff's departure was a real loss. Alan Alda praised Gary's unique instincts and their special on-screen chemistry. Mike Farrell respected Gary's commitment and his decision to put family first. The final day of shooting was filled with hugs, tears, and memories. Even the writers had to rethink the camp's structure. Radar's psychic abilities had been a narrative shortcut. Klinger stepped in as company clerk, but Radar's magic was irreplaceable. Gary Burghoff has called MASH the highlight of his career and remains grateful for his time there. The tears in his final scenes were real, a genuine goodbye. His farewell was a respectful, poignant transition. Radar's exit marked a turning point for M. Ash. He was the last original character from the film, and his departure shifted the show's tone. The 4077th felt colder, the war's harshness more pronounced. Klinger became company clerk, bringing a new energy and highlighting how special Radar was. Other characters had to evolve. Colonel Potter became more hands-on, and Hawkeye and BJ lost their kid brother. The show's heart was now shared among the ensemble. MASH survived, but it became a different show. Radar's legacy was that of the show's conscience and innocence, the quiet center in chaos. He reminded us that kindness and a connection to home matter most. Radar's decision to leave MASH was personal and painful, but he remains a cherished part of television history. The show went on, but the Radar years remained special. After leaving the show, Gary stepped away from acting, pursuing painting, music, and inventing. Despite making guest appearances and co-starring in the film Daniel's Lot, he mostly stayed away from on-screen appearances, preferring a quieter life away from fame. What was your favorite Radar moment? Share your memories in the comments. Subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks for watching.